Hello, welcome to Digitslaw. Here I'll show you how to create or add a new client to your law firm account on Digitslaw. To do that, when you log in, the first thing you see is your dashboard that have the summary of the numbers or your current performance of your business. You can also have access to some quick actions here. To create a new client, you can create a new client from the quick actions button here on the dashboard. You can also create a new client from the top bar by clicking on Create New, which opens up this drop down and you can click on Create New. You can also do that from here by clicking on Clients in the menu bar of the sidebar, which would then take you to your client list if you already have any client list, or show you an empty page where you can add a new client. There are two ways you can add a client on Digitslaw. You can import your clients using a CSV spreadsheet. You can also manually add individual clients to your account. So click on Add Clients. It will take you to a brand new page here where you can create two types of clients. Either an individual client if it's just you're working with a one-on-one person, or if it's a client that's more of a company or an entity that have employees that you work directly with. So in this example, I am going to create an individual client. Here you will fill out all the information, their first name, their last name, their email address. Their email address is important because if you add their email address, you can then send them their unique personalized client portal where they can have access to all their information, the active cases you're working on, documents, invoices, and so on and so forth. You can add some additional information, custom fields, if you've created custom fields in your settings section. You can also add who's in charge of working with this client, who's the relationship manager, who this client is assigned to, who referred the client if it's different. And if you have physical files on the client, you can put this shelf location as well in here. You can also add in some internal client notes. If there's some context about the clients that you want to keep for record keeping, these notes are not shared with the client, so you can add that in here. And last but not least, you can also add in, select if you want this client to have a client portal. If you don't want this client to have a client portal, just select no. So now I'll go ahead and create a new client. So once you've created the client, it will take you to the client's dashboard, which is your internal law firm dashboard that keeps a track of everything related to that client. You can see sort of how much money you have in trust once you actually record that, how much money they've paid you, what's due, what's billable, how many active matters you have for the client, how much time you spent on the client, both the ones that are billable and non-billable, how much you've billed and how much you've paid. We'll show you how that looks for another account shortly. You can also access other interesting tabs here. If you have some custom fields for the client, it'll show up here. The active matters that you have on the client will also show up here. Invoices as well show up here. Expenses, any progress notes or court updates you have about the client, your time entries, flat fees, who's the legal team assigned to the clients, any documents that you've uploaded related to the client. Everything all gets stored here. If you want to create a new matter for the client, you can click on the button here and click on Add a New Matter here. The difference between the button here and the button on the top is that this button will take you specifically to a page that's already pulled the client's name and can allow you to just select that and fill that out, which I will show you shortly. So now let's create a new matter for this client. So I've clicked it on Add Matter. As you can see, it's pulled the client's name. and you can enter in a matter for the client. You can enter in the add matter section here. You can select which practice areas associated with this matter. This is good if you're trying to track your revenue by practice area. You can also add in some detailed description about the matter. You can add in custom fields similar to how you would do that in the add client section. You can enter in some due dates, maybe when the statute of limitation of this matter, when you want this matter to be closed by. You can put in some information specifically around the team working on this specific matter, and if there's a specific person that referred from your team this matter. You can also enter in if there are other clients that are related to this matter. This is super helpful when you're trying to track or understand the relationships or pull information from your conflict check later on to see if there are clients that have relationships with matters that you want to be concerned about when you're adding on or taking on a case. Last but not least, you can select what type of rates you want to go for this client's matter. There are 4 rates: flat fee, a user hourly rate, which is based on the user rates you currently have for all your lawyers that's stored on your settings section, and matter hourly rate if you have a unique hourly rate you want to bill this client for, as well as contingency. Those are the 4 options you have for billing a client. So I'll go on now and fill out this information so you can see how you're able to add a matter quickly to a client. Similar to the client section, once you've created a matter, it takes you now to another level, which is specifically how are you doing the dashboard for the matter. And this dashboard for the matter shows you how you're doing specifically to that case. You can have multiple different matters or cases for a client. And so this is sort of like a double click into that specific client for this specific matter. How are we performing to that? And similar to the tabs you have in the client section, you have access to all these different tabs here that's specific to the matter that you're working on for this client. You can always go here to the client section or the matter section to then see that specific client which we just created or other clients that you have ongoing as well. So if you want to see what a dashboard that has more information looks like, this is a dashboard where we've entered in some time entries. And as such, here you can see some time has been spent on the client, but only a portion of it is billable and none of it has been billed. And so you can get really good insights around the productivity of your team and you spending the right time on the right work for this client or on this matter, and how can you be more effective both for your law firm but also for your clients. In the next video, we will show you how to enter in time entries, progress updates, court updates, expenses, and so much more.